In this video, I'm going to show you how to install OpenVAS and also how to run it. First, we're going to check for our IP address. Remember that you can use another virtual machine to scan. In my case, I'm going to be using a Windows 10 machine to scan with my Kali Linux. So here's my IP address for Kali. And then next, I'm going to start my SSH daemon. Okay, so to download the OpenVAS, it's apt-get, and then install OpenVAS, or type Y for yes, and then start. It's gonna start running. Now it may take a while, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fast forward the video. Okay, here select yes. Oh, it's just telling you that some services may require for the system to reboot. So if that's the case, gonna reboot the system for you automatically. So you hit the tab button and yes, and then enter to continue with the setup. Now it's already downloaded, so now we're gonna do the actual installation and of OpenVAS. OpenVAS and then dash setup. And once again, this may take a few minutes. Okay, so I fast forwarded the video and now it's done. Now it opens the web browser. Your connection is not secure. Just click on advanced and add the exception. That's all we're doing. And add exception on the bottom. Then here, just confirm security exception. And at the end of the installation, see at the very bottom of the screen of my terminal, there's a long string of characters. That's the password. Now do not include the single quote. It's just what's inside the single quote. Now you can change this later. Once you log in for the first time, you can change the password. So here's my admin. The username is going to be admin, and then just copy paste because it's hard to type. So in this case, just copy it and go back to the website. It's already here. It's 127.0.0.1, and then the port number. It's admin, and then I'm going to paste the password. It's a very long string of characters, and then log in. You can hit remember. Now if you're gonna change it, you don't have to hit remember if you plan on changing the password, because every time, remember, you would have to write it down or make sure you remember it if you don't change it. I'm going to create this directory that's on the step number in your activity. It's on step number 7. I come back to the site. First, I need to set up my credentials. It's new credentials on the top left-hand side. Call it Linux credentials. And I'm just going to type my username and password for my Linux. Create. Then I'm going to set up my target. I have a Windows 10 machine. It's a VM, Windows 10. It's right here. This is what I'm going to use to scan, to look for vulnerabilities. Here's the IP address. I need that IP address to set it up as my target. Go back to my Linux. And configuration, targets. Same thing, top left hand side, little stars, new target. Just click on it. Now give it a name. I'm gonna call it Win10. Then you can put a comment, Windows 10, VMware. And change that IP address to the machine's IP address. If I recall correctly, the IP address for my Windows 10 was 192.168.178.133. Now on the credentials, I'm going to have to change to SSH. So SSH uses port 22, so you can leave that at default and just select our Linux credentials. And create. That's it. That's all the information I need to specify for my target. Now the next step is to create a task under scans. Go to the scans tab and then create a task. Top left hand side. There's a wizard if you want to start the wizard step by step, or you can just select the white star, and then that's the new task button. And then that's the one I'm going to select. New task. Then give it a name. I keep it simple. This is Win10. Put a comment if you want. It's Windows 10 VMware. And then scan targets, since we only have one, so it's already predefined. We don't have to select anything. But if you have multiple targets, then you would use that drop down arrow to select your target. Scroll down. And that's it. I don't think there's anything else that needs to be changed. Let's create. And it's going to start the scan automatically. There's my scan. Just give it a few minutes. It may take a while depending on the machine that you're scanning. I'm going to fast forward. Just make sure my computer doesn't time out or doesn't crash. It's still there, my Windows 10. Alright, now when it finishes, you see that under reports, you have a 1. There's one report that has already been completed. So I'm going to click on that 1. And this will show you the results of that scan. Now if you want more information, you click on the date. That's a link. Just click on it and it'll give you the details about that report or that scan. And here it is what it found. Found this vulnerability. It's a new enumeration issue with this Windows 10. It's not properly patched, by the way. I intentionally did this. I click on it and it gives you more details about the specific vulnerability.